Welcome back, viewers. The BJP defines itself as a party with a difference. This is primarily on account of its distinct identity. But ahead of this election, the BJP has suddenly opened its arms to welcome a plethora of leaders that have never agreed with the party's ideology until hours before crossing over. In some instances, were busy heaping scorn on the Prime Minister himself. There are reports that these lateral entries have upset BJP cadre on many levels, and it is also impacting the BJP's electoral performance on the ground. Viewers, in states, especially in Maharashtra and other pockets where the contest is tighter, even in Bihar, or at least that is what we are hearing, Rajasthan, many BJP cadre are feeling that they have been overlooked for outsiders who have been drafted in with a different set of values only to embellish the electoral performance of the BJP, irrespective of their moral compasses. The question is, will these new entrants have an outsized impact on the BJP's outlook in the long term and dilute its brand equity in the short term? And let me run you through some of these prominent turncoats. There's, of course, Ashok Chavan, ex-Maharashtra Chief Minister, blamed the Congress leadership of being indecisive and joined the BJP, elected to Rajya Sabha unopposed. He was one of the prominent names in the white paper that the BJP put out, listing him as notoriously corrupt. Then there's, of course, Ajit Pawar, Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, who ditched the MVA, calling it anti-Vikas, joined the NDA with 8 other NCP MLAs, and now is, of course, the Deputy Chief Minister in the Maharashtra government. Many people believe that he was only brought in to thwart the NCP in Maharashtra, but he was also one of those singled out by the Prime Minister for being corrupt. Milind Deora, Rajya Sabha MP, he quit Congress, joined the Shinde Sena, saying the Congress economic agenda seeks to derail growth, etc., but defines himself as a liberal politician with a supremely secular outlook. Gaurav Vallabh, ex-Congress spokesperson, quit the Congress, calling it directionless. He says that he was upset that the Congress was abusing Sanatana and wealth creators. Of course, viewers, he was in the inner circle of the Congress's communication strategy unit and is publicly on record taking positions against some of the Hindutva elements of the BJP's ideology. The list is long. Naveen Jindal, ex-Congress MP. You've had Ravneet Singh Bittu, another Congress MP, who quit over the lack of Vikas in Punjab. He's been also fielded from Ludhiana now. Vijender Singh, ex-Congress leader, joined BJP a day after sharing an anti-BJP post, quit Congress, calling it wrong platform. Ashok Tawar of former Aam Aadmi Party quit AAP over alliance with Congress, fielded by the BJP from Sirsa in Haryana. The list is long. I'm only looking at the most prominent names. Let's open this up, viewers. Let's ask a few basic questions. Let me begin with you, Mr. Guru Prakash Paswan. We saw an interview recently with Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaram when she was asked, look, why is the BJP accepting people with less than savory reputations? And she said, no, all are welcome, it doesn't really matter. This response reeks of a certain callousness towards your own outlook on corruption, and secondly, most importantly, a profound disregard for public sentiment and those voters that have supported the BJP on certain planks. Why is this happening?
No, Rahul, I think this is something very normal before elections. I think we have had, this would be our 17th general election, and before also we have seen in the past people joining and people leaving. There have been a lot of desertions in the BJP as well. You were speaking about Bihar. Two sitting member of parliament, one is Mr. Ajay Nishat from Muzaffarpur, who was denied a ticket, he left the BJP. Another was Mr. Chedi Paswan, who was denied a ticket, left the Bharatiya Janata Party. So I think this is very normal. This becomes a bit on the surface. This becomes very prominent before the elections. And the idea of Ayaram, Gayaram, the idea of defection has been very institutional in Indian politics. As far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, there is one unique distinction, Rahul, which I want to bring forth. Our party's fundamental character, our party's DNA is something which is very ideological and civilizational in nature. You may argue that people are coming, they're becoming MPs, they're becoming MLAs, but as far as the organization is concerned, as far as our president, general secretaries, the important positions are concerned, that is something which is very deeply rooted in our ideology. That is something who are only able to execute, who have an understanding and an experience of our ideas. But as far as winning elections is concerned, that works on a completely different arithmetic. Elections will come, elections will go, leaders will come, leaders will go. But Bharatiya Janata Party, with its ideological positioning,
Taint no ba. Taint no
still
ba.
has,
Taint no ba. Electability bar bar. Is that what it is?
no, taint, Rahul, I'll make this very clear. People who join BJP, the investigation and the inquiry doesn't stop. And I can give you examples for that.
No, I can also give you some examples of where it
No,
is stopped, where it is actually juddered to a halt. Should I
No,
start
I
listing?
think-
Because it will become problematic.
No, yeah, exactly. I think, see, Rahul, you can give the example of people keep arguing about Ajit Pawar. Can you tell me that the inquiry or the investigation with respect to Ajit Pawar has stopped? It hasn't stopped. Judiciary has
No,
a
but
different.
hang on. Who determines the pace of an inquiry? It's the
Well,
investigative agency. And are you
Exactly.
telling me that the investigative agencies in this country are completely working independently of any political direction?
I believe that.
You believe that? Okay.
I completely believe that.
Let's
The
open this
Supreme
up because, this is supreme confidence. Guru Prakash Paswan says, so what? Ayaram, Gayaram, politics before elections, it doesn't matter. Tomorrow we can even take in a few, unsavory characters who have committed all sorts of other dastardly acts. It doesn't matter. What is the big deal? It's okay.
No.
It's okay.
No,
I
Rahul.
mean, no, hang on. If you want 80% people with criminal records in your party, no problems. ADR can keep bringing out the information. Obviously, it doesn't matter to the public. Let's open this up. Dr. Ranganathan, you're a public-spirited individual. Let me ask you, how do you see this? Should this be normalized?
Is a very dear friend, close. It's
There's something wrong with your audio. The signal keeps dropping out. Can you say something? Okay, we're having a few problems with Dr. Ranganathan's audio. Let me bring in Mr. Raja Gopalan and Mr. Pawan Verma. Mr. Pawan Verma, you've been a former diplomat. I want to ask you, I get the sense from Mr. Paswan that it doesn't matter. What is the big deal? Everyone does it.
Well, frankly, Rahul, Mr. Paswan was neither convincing, and on the contrary, he seemed to be making a case for amoral political expediency, which the BJP had always distanced itself from. What we have been seeing recently is really quite unprecedented, and I think it has impacted the BJP in two principal ways. One is, especially on the Prime Minister's much avowed and openly declared laudable goal of fighting against corruption. Now, for a person who even in the election rallies of this election asks the audience, भ्रष्टाचार खत्म होना चाहिए कि नहीं, that individual's party has now, I think, established a kind of record of welcoming into its fold politicians against whom it itself had led entire campaigns against their corruption. And the list is long, I don't need to go to it, it has been repeated many times. And the manner in which amnesty or perceived amnesty is granted with suitable rewards to those it had damned as corrupt, the moment they entered the BJP, has given birth to a new phraseology in Indian politics called the washing machine or the laundry factory. Now, my short point is this.
Okay.
It has deprived the BJP of the moral high ground as far as corruption goes. Secondly, and I'll end shortly here. Secondly, I think it definitely does have a demoralizing impact. I say this as an outsider, but I've been in politics myself and still am. It has a demoralizing impact on those dedicated cadres on the ground and the rising leadership of the BJP, which for years, if not decades, has been on the field and suffered
Okay.
the consequences of their political loyalty to the BJP. To see someone who's a rank outsider,
Yeah, that
an
is true.
outspoken critic,
And that is
to
not
be welcomed in and given immediately a seat or a ministerial post over and above their heads.
But that, of course,
I can see
meritocracy,
this
etc. I mean, I know that, if you apply Darwinian principles, you see this in, professional companies, professionally managed companies, where suddenly people are superseded, someone is brought from outside. I can understand if it. I have a problem with the former point that you were making, which I think is a point that we can't disregard, that Mr. Pawan Verma has made, Dr. Ranganathan. What do you make of it? And I'll bring in R. Rajagopalan right after, and then, of course, the BJP spokesperson. Yes.
Thank you, Rahul. Look, Guru is a very dear friend, very close and dear person, but to believe him, you would have to be from the same planet as Rahul Gandhi, and it isn't Earth. I mean, the fact of the matter is for Guru to say that, look, we still hold principles dear to us, we still are against corruption, is one of the biggest jokes going around, and I always agree with Pawanji, but I'm afraid I disagree with him. BJP is not a washing machine. I'm sorry, Pawanji, BJP is a dhobi ghat right now. I just want you to see this. This is a very eloquent, erudite, highly respectable member of the community, Mr. Kirit Somaiya. He has been with the BJP ever since I can remember. And this is his tweet that he tweeted saying, Hassan Mashroof, tayyar raho. मैं आ रहा हूं तुम्हारे पीछे. Mr. Kirit Somaiya spent the better part of 2 years tracking the corruption of this gentleman. He said, I want this guy to be behind bars for 1,500 crore scam that he's perpetrated. Because of Mr. Kirit Somaiya's testimonies and other evidence, CBI and ED opened a case on him. But then what happened? Mr. Hassan joined the BJP. He is now the colleague of Mr. Kirit Somaiya. I wonder how my good friend Guru feels about this. And this, obviously, I'm not being personal out here. Absolutely, you must not misunderstand me. But Guru, why are you in politics? Are you in politics to, cushion these crimes? I thought you were in politics to be honest and morally upright and ethically upright. What is right is right. What is wrong is wrong. And Rahul, one fact needs to be made very clear. You see, BJP is winning. But somebody needs to tell them that they are winning, because they are not sure themselves, because they want to win at all costs. One evening, the Prime Minister says Ajit Pawar has perpetrated 70,000 crore scam. The next day, he is inducted. One evening, the Prime Minister says that Ashok Chavan has stolen the houses of Kargil martyrs. He should be behind bar. The next day, he is behind the portfolio in the BJP government.
Okay.
One day, the only money trail that has been convincingly proved in the Colgate scam, one minister was behind it. BJP wanted his arrest, but now that person is in the BJP. And it's not just the election. It has been going on ever since politicians possibly started their political party. I want to give you just one example before I finish. This has happened in Goa, where BJP sat on a dharna asking the man accused of child rape to be imprisoned. That fellow burned down the police station, then he joined the BJP. Now he's in the BJP. And you know, there was one Congress MLA who the BJP accused of 15 forest crime charges. And these are very serious charges associated with sandalwood smuggling and so many things. What
Okay.
did he do? He joined the BJP, and what did the BJP do? They made him the forest minister. You know, I don't know what is going on. So please, my good friend Guru, I hope you remain my friend. But you are in politics, such an upright person, to change things. Don't change yourself.
Okay, well, I'll just bring in Guru Prakash Paswan. I want to also bring in Mr. R. Rajagopalan. Mr. Rajagopalan, you believe that the BJP is a force for good. It is a force for change. And therefore, anyone who holds the party and its ideology in high regard, it is important for them sometimes to hold up the mirror to the Bharatiya Janata Party to tell them that perhaps this is not sitting well with the manner in which you sought out to conduct yourself in public life. Mr. Rajagopalan, are these questions valid?
Absolutely. What the questions you proposed are very absolutely valid. But at the same time, Rahul, having covered Indian politics and Indian Parliament for almost 4 decades, I come to one section of that. Earlier, it was defection. I start with the Hemavathy Nandan Bahuguna and Jagajivan Ram. They defected en masse. And later, Bhajan Lal syndrome like Hayaram Gayaram. But now, 2023-2024 era, I would like to summarize with one sentence, Rahul, if you don't misunderstand me. Dr. Ranganathan should not accuse me of saying such a thing. Congress is fading away. That is the reason. And moreover, there is no opposition. Why don't you talk about it? And moreover, it starts with the regional parties, Rahul Sivashankar. In DMK, I give you example. Today, Mr. M.K. Stalin government is full of ADMK ex-ministers. So therefore, DMK is also weakening. The old parties are weakening. The philosophy is dying, especially the Hindutva or whatever that. Even Mr. Narendra Modi at times, definitely as Dr. Ranganathan said and Mr. Pavan Verma said, there are difficulties in BJP. But why should they choose Jyotiraditya Scindia? Why he defected? Tell me. Because of Congress, because of Rahul Gandhi. And you must go nitty-gritty of it. In fact, as Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan said, you should do a DNA test on politics of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. That is
Mr. Rajagopalan, I'm not saying that you should not take in talent. There are many talented individuals who are feeling stifled in other, as you've said yourself, opposition parties. And if they meet certain criteria of probity, etc. in public life, by all means, we all do it. You know, anchors go from one ship to the other ship, etc., etc. Journalists cross, and they do so because companies who might be taking them in feel that they can add value. But in cases such as these that I have listed, where certain individuals have been hung out to dry by the BJP itself, are then taken in, it does jar, and it does.
It's only one sentence I say, sir. I take the example of Mr. Pavan Verma. Okay. He wore the hat of a diplomat. Then he joined Nitish Kumar. Then he went to Mamata Banerjee. Now though he's in politics. Similar persons, highly reputed diplomat. International affairs, Mr. Pavan Verma is a very dear friend of mine. He knows everything by heart, by fingertips. But why should he go to join DMC?
No, that is fine. You can change your ideological outlook. You can have an association.
I can explain that.
Yeah, please,
Rahul,
very quickly.
I must be given an opportunity.
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead, Mr. Verma. Yes.
I was expelled from the JDU. I did not leave, and I was expelled for an ideological difference, not for opportunism, because actually I went into political wilderness when I was very close to Mr. Nitish Kumar. So therefore, I was expelled because I opposed not the CAA per se, but the CAA hyphenated with the NRC. That's point number one. The months passed until I was invited by Mamata Banerjee to join the TMC. I took my own time, laid down my conditions and joined, and sooner or later she made me vice president of the party, but I resigned later amicably because I did not agree with some of their policies. Now this kind of ideological
that I understand. Fractures happen.
Allowed to an individual.
Ideological fractures happen. Yeah, very quickly, Dr. Ranganathan, before I bring in Mr. Paswan, a lot of things have been said and he needs to speak. Yes.
Yes, one point that needs to be made very clear is that one of the defense of the BJP is that, look, none of these people we've taken in are convicted and the cases go on. In which case, it begs the question, why do you call them corrupt before they join the BJP? I don't think right now there is a single politician who the BJP can have the right face to call them corrupt, because tomorrow he might join the BJP, with the exception of Rahul Gandhi, who's already working for the BJP. The question out here is that tomorrow Jagdish Titler also might join the BJP. Now, A. Raja is a very interesting question. For 10 years, the BJP alleged he was corrupt. He has been acquitted by the court. So he is now legitimately able to join the BJP. Tomorrow he might join the BJP.
Okay.
And everyone would be left with an egg in the face.
Okay. Mr. Paswan, respond. Some points have been made, some very sharp points. I hope you've noted them.
No, Rahul, I think certainly some very important and interesting points have been made. But the way we look at it, Rahul, is that 2024 especially, it's a war. It's a very major, important milestone in the life of our nation. 75 years of our country. And for this election, the larger causes. It's a fight between breaking India forces and people who want India to be a developed nation. And I think you can argue that there are certain compromises, that there are certain ideological delusion. But from the point of view of Bharatiya Janata Party, let me make this very clear. We are the same political party, Rahul. You would remember, your viewers would very well remember that on the points of probity, on the time.
But that was a very many years ago, sir. That kind of principles that, he even apologized
I want to
for.
end with a couplet.
Rahul, one second. But Mr. Paswan, very interesting. You said that, break India forces, this, that, the other way. Corruption breaks India. Let's be honest. It has been defined by, I think it was the Prime Minister, I might be wrong here, as a cancer eating away at the body politic.
Exactly. Rahul.
So why are you then taking in these, sorry, I'm going to say this, people like Ashok Chavan, just because he brings you a few votes from one particular district, the Maratha vote? Come on, let's be honest. We are all adults here, Mr. Paswan. I'm sorry, I'm asking you this question.
No, Rahul, this is the beauty of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay.
This is the beauty of Indian democracy, that we are willing to face this difficult question. We are willing to take learning.
I appreciate
but
this.
The point is this. It's a larger ideological and civilizational battle, Rahul. There is absolutely no second thoughts on it.
Okay,
there are people who don't want India to develop. There are people who don't want India to prosper. There are people who are willing to take on middle classes' wealth. What are we going to do about it? And it's exactly being led by the likes of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the likes of Mr. Sam Pitroda. On the other hand, it's the Bharatiya Janata Party and Mr. Ranganathan, who is again a very dear friend. He asked me why I'm in politics. I'm in politics, Rahul. Let me tell you and your viewers that it is the Bharatiya Janata Party and only the Bharatiya Janata Party where a small-time, humble Karyakarta can become a national spokesperson. And tomorrow, if God willing, because of my hard work, dedication and passion, I can become a national president as well.
I understand that. I think he asked you a very simple
I want to end with a couplet.
No, 1 second. We'll come to the couplet. 30 seconds. Dr. Ranganathan, respond to Mr. Paswan.
Now, I don't want to be harsher on my good friend Guru, because he cooks such lovely dinner. He's not going to call me ever again. But I want to say this. You know what Guru has said, that it is for the larger good, larger interest for winning this battle that we have inducted a person like Ashok Chavan. Guru, you can tell that to us. But with due respect, please visit the other society, talk to the 72 families of Kargil martyrs and tell them this. Please tell them this. Will you do that for me?
Yeah, I think you can defend this to a particular level, but not after a particular point. Let's be honest, viewers, this is an issue which ultimately, I think...
Rahul,
yes,
my couplet.
Yeah, please, your couplet. Go ahead.
Just very quickly, 10 seconds. What the problem with the BJP, and I say this with respect for the party, is simply this put in a couplet. दिल से तो हर मुआमला करके चले थे साफ हम, कहने में उनके सामने बात बदल गई. It has changed. The narrative has changed.
Okay.
And therefore, जो कहता था कल शब संभलना वही लड़खड़ाया सवेरे.
Okay, well, Raja Gopalan Saab is coming in with his couplet.
No, not couplet, not couplet.
Okay.
I'm not so idiot like Pavan, And my only point is, Rahul,
Yeah.
the way in which Prime Minister went for a kill on Bharat, Congress Mukt Bharat in 2012. Since then, 12 years, Congress has been totally decimated. That is why this defection is taking
Well,
place.
viewers, look, the point that we are trying to make here is that the BJP, the moment it begins to lose its ideological differentiating edge, will end up like any other
One
party.
couplet.
Okay, yes. After that, I'll probably have to award a cup for the best couplet. But okay, go ahead, Dr.
No,
Ranganathan, finish.
we have talked about the politicians, but what about the citizens? And for that, I would say, उम्र के चढ़ाव का उतार देखते रहे, कारवां गुजर गया, गुबार देखते रहे.
Wow, wow. That's all that you can say. I'll leave it at this, viewers. We've had an interesting conversation. I think we need to ponder. We ponder these points because they are very central to the BJP's development as we go forward. Thank you for watching.